Hello, hello, Crossroads Witches and other interesting magical beings. As you can tell, it is craft day here at the House of Witchcraft. I am making candles that we are going to use. I'm going to use for the cottage, the coven, and I'm also going to use them on my own altar. And so I wanted to walk you through a good spirit candle. I'm using, as you can tell, cute pumpkins, but you can also, you'll see this done up in a glass of water, a glass container. And I was sitting here, as I was sitting here doing this, I was like, yeah, gloves is my first thing I want to say. You really need to make sure you use, and to make sure when you're cutting your pumpkins, gourds, whatever item you would like to use, that you're very, very careful with them. No holes, you don't want to puncture it. All right, obviously we're going to start with, you get a cute little pumpkin. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Also make sure you put on your cute little craft apron. It's a requirement. Just saying, witches, isn't that right? Ooh, let's move the microphone so that way she can talk if she wants to. So, we're going starting with small pumpkin, small gourd. In the old days, they used turnips, if you are so inclined. Then you're going to cut out the top of your pumpkin gourd. Make sure you clean it out really well. I actually went to the kitchen and scrubbed out the interior of this one. This one I just finished, so I'm going to need to scrub it. The next thing that you need is wicks. I typically will order the longest wicks I can find, and then I can go back and cut them. As you can see, I've already cut this one for this particular pumpkin. After I scraped out my pumpkin and everything, I felt a little bit of gentle pressure on the base is typically all you need, and it will hold it in place. All right. Now, this is a magical working, so I took the time to light a couple of candles, set my space up, get my head space right. I'm making spirit candles. I'm making candles to let spirit folk know that my place is open, it's welcoming, and that I appreciate. All right, now we're going to put together our spirit candle. Let me move this stuff out of the way so y'all can see. First thing that we're going to put in our spirit candle is offerings. Now, what combination of coins you use, whether they are shiny or of a certain denomination, it's 13 pennies, it's 3 pennies, 3 nickels, 3 dimes, 3 quarters, it's 3 quarters, it's a handful of change that feels good. This is you with your offerings, your remembrance, all right? I have already washed them. I got some full moon water. I washed them. I blew on them. And so I am going to put 3 shiny quarters. Ooh, and this shiny penny, because it really says, pick me, pick me. And I'm going to drop these into my pumpkin. I'm also going to say a little prayer, a little magic breath. These are offerings to spirit realm folk during the season of the dead. May they take my offerings and gifts as they were given, with a kind heart and in compassion. Ooh, that just tingles my toes, witches. Now, next thing we're going to do, water. Full moon water, blessed water, water out of your tap, however you're feeling your water. You are going to fill up your pumpkin about 2/3 with water. Water is the portal for spirit realm folks, so that's why I'm using it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm using olive oil. You can use good old-fashioned vegetable oil if you choose, but over the years I found that olive oil has a nice burn to it. Let me see how far I got my... Ooh, let me put a little more water in there. All right, let me see if I can do this, y'all. All right, there we go. That looks good. Now, I'm going to fill. Remember now, water and oil don't mix. What will happen is the oil is going to go to the top. If you had a glass, you would actually see the line of division. Papa Nico at his shop has this big glass vase, and he puts his offerings. He'll even put dollar bills in there, all sorts of little tokens. He puts in the bottom, and then it's filled up with water. And at the very top part is where you see the olive oil. He has to make these super cool wicks that he uses. But gently fill your up to the edge. Don't go all the way to the top of your pumpkin. All right. And you're going to want to give it a minute just to sit and let the oil come to the top of the candle. All right, let me reach back here. I'm going to light it as soon as I can grab me a lighter. I got me my lighter. All right. And that. Now, there is a whole controversy, and I want to talk real quick about this, is to glitter or not to glitter. All right. Old school says we don't add glitter. New school says, why not? It's bright and sparkly. My attitude is if you feel like your ancestors, your spirit folk want glitter in your candle, put glitter in your candle. If you feel that, no, they do not do glitter, then don't put glitter in there. All right? Make sure whatever you do put in your pumpkin, that it is of solid form. It's like, don't put selenite in there, but yes, you can put crystals. Make sure that nothing's porous, nothing's going to break down or anything like that. You want to use hard objects, metal objects, things that tolerate being put into water for a period of time. All right. That's just too pretty, y'all. That's just too pretty. I just feel like I got me a little good burst of energy, and like spirit folk think that that's nice. You can paint the outside of your pumpkins. I will say be careful carving in to the outside of your pumpkins for fear you puncture the inside of the pumpkin. It's best to paint them if you want. I plan on leaving mine natural. You can see I have a little collection of pumpkins that I am currently working on to make these up. We will be using some of them on the night of Samhain, lighting them up. Different witches will be putting coins in the candles as a way of offerings for their spirit folk. And with that said, I'm gonna light this wick is a little long. All right, y'all know I got my shaky arms. My arms don't work quite right. I did shoot a video getting personal with Taren where I talk about the fact that my arms don't work right sometimes. But I'm going to gently move that over. And it will burn down to begin with, and then I'm going to have to go back and snip it because this wick is just too long. I'm like, oh, this is dangerous. Make sure when you're doing fire, never leave it unattended. Do not leave a room with live flames. I have too many stories of magical practitioners who now have to redecorate. You know what I mean? Like you got to paint over the smoke marks. Make sure that you burn these when you are around. Make sure they are on a fire-safe surface. I have some really nice chargers, big metal plates that I sit these on, and that's what they stay on for the evening when they're lit. All right, witches, I hope you enjoyed my little bits of arts and crafts. I think all witches are sort of arts and crafts folks at heart, and occasionally we like doing these fun things. I plan on putting on some music, like I said, lighting up more incense and talking to divinity, talking to my spirit folk, and being grateful for this season of the dead. And with that said, get out there, fly those brooms, have a bright, shiny day, and as always, amen, blessed be, ashe, and H.o.W.